What's going on with Full House? Let's get this over.
It was canceled a long time ago.
Well, are they bringing
Jim's
it back?
right up on it. They want to bring it back. I was told they wanted to bring it back. I guess Netflix wanted to do it, and so I don't know much about it. Agents and managers are talking, and it's not just about money. I never thought at this time in my life. I was here. I was a comic. I was what anybody would call, I guess, edgy comic, which is just bullshit. I just did what I thought was funny, and it was immature.
You were always a blue comic.
I guess.
You had some blue in your act, we should say.
I had some blue. I was just stupid and talked fast, that's all. But I'd like dick jokes, so I did them.
Right.
Because I thought they helped the world.
Right.
And then I got the Full House, and then everybody was like, how can he talk dirty? And then it was, how can he be dirty after he's done Full House? So now they want to bring it back. And I think the way that it'll work would be if they pay tribute to what now we were calling the cast, Stamos and I are talking, the legacy. We must protect the legacy. So it's a legacy for people because there was little kids watching that show.
It's on all the time.
So I don't want to spew all over it, I don't want to do that. But if they wrote something really great and it made a lot of sense, and then the three kids that grew up, Candace, Jody, and Andrea Barber, Kimmy Gibbler, but it's like bringing Happy Days back. How are you going to do that,
But I heard the rest of the cast is kind of into it.
They are.
You're the holdout.
No.
You're kind of the holdout.
No.
They're looking at you like, come on,
there's
Bob.
a few holdouts.
We got mortgages to pay.
Are the Olsons going to be involved?
I have no idea, and I don't know.
Becky was never contacted, E-Rock? E-Rock knows more about this.
I think she was contacted.
Yeah.
There's articles stating that she hadn't heard about it until the release that Netflix was going to do it. Nobody contacted her about it.
Yeah, I believe that. Nobody contacted anybody, and then TMZ tells you about it when you go to dinner.
All right, they can put it
Jim,
down.
it's the most boring thing in the world to hear about, isn't it? Did you ever watch it?
What?
Full House.
Yeah, I watched it, yeah.
Did you watch it alone?
I can't remember. Probably. Is that wrong?
If you couldn't come watching Wonderama.
But do you still get people coming to the show that don't know your act?
Oh,
and
yeah.
walking out? You still get that at this
much
point?
anymore.
No?
Last time you saw me at Westbury like 10 years ago, I think.
Was that 10 years ago already?
Something
I've told the story a few times. I went to see Bob Saget at Westbury Music Fair, and it was in the round, and I decided to sit close for that show. I really wanted to check it out. And people were leaving the show.
They were?
Yeah, because they thought it was Bob Saget from Full House.
I love that.
And they didn't realize that, like you said, before you got Full House, you were absolutely let's just call it an edgy comic. Edgy comic, then you were wholesome, and then you went back to stand-up, and everyone's thinking they're going to see the Full House guy, and he's talking about pretty much shoving things in grandma's ass or whatever the hell it was. Or maybe you didn't go that far.
Mostly about my penis, and then a lot of fecal matter.
Yeah.
And stuff that matters to me.
And
of course.
And a few people walked out. I mean, there were people there with young.
There weren't droves of.
No, not at all.
Not only that,
the point is,
they were Siamese twins walking out. They had one goes, the other has to go.
They walked out because they thought they were seeing a different guy. Just not a lot of.
Did that happen, Bob, in the beginning though, with a club or a theater? Right.
At the time, I was doing both America's Funniest Videos and Full House. I was not a successful. I did not know how to blend church and state because they were there to see the guy from TV. They thought they knew me. They still didn't know my name, even though I was,
wow,
video show. Here's Bob Saget, Ernie Anderson. Who will it be? That's the guy that announced. He did the Love Boat narrating.
But you guys you do okay with residuals, right? Like you can't.
Not really.
Really?
Residuals are only if you really own a show. I actually did well with residuals from the Writers Guild of America's Funniest Home Videos because I was a writer on that. So.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but actors don't, they get very highly paid most of the time up front, and then it goes kind of away.
Really?
Yeah, it goes down to like nothing. But you can buy like manila envelopes and stuff enough to put an 8x10 in it to send it to someone.
So you can't live off the residuals.
I mean, if you live in a habit trail, maybe.
You think the guys from MASH? I mean, that ended in '82. Like, are they living off the residuals?
No, McLean Stevenson is not.
No, neither is Larry Linville. But I mean, what about what if we just pull the two dead guys from MASH out?
I think more of the recent sitcoms that cut deals where they get more of the residuals.
They probably get better deals now.
Syndication and stuff like that. Guys like Ray Romano and Kevin James and Seinfeld.
They owned it. They own their shows.
But Full
they
House.
owned it or created?
They created, but that's money. That's ownership money.
Okay.
I mean, if you're creative by, you get a fee every week.
You just missed the cut, kind of. They gave you residuals, but the deals are way better now.
You know, it is better now, but I don't know how much better now it is. The living wage of residuals has gone up, but ownership is ownership. So if you have a deal as an exec producer, it's so boring. People do ask a lot. So
we're not close to Full House coming back. They're just kind of talking about it, trying to figure out if there's something there.
If they came up with a great script
and number.
Yeah, I don't think the number's going to be as much a problem as I just think it has to be not contrived. And we were already doing 2-dimensional type of puppet theater for kids to enjoy it with their whole family.
What year?
Which is the best thing about it.
What year did that go off the air?
Let's see, 90. It started in 87, 8 years, 95.
So, wow, almost 20 years. Well, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's not like when
So when
Star
that show
Trek
ended, you were still very young.
Yes. I had full capability of doing things. But it was interesting because, I don't know, it went away. We could have done it on the CW for another year, and we decided not to. But the cast loved each other, which doesn't often happen in a sitcom, and that's what I think shone through.
Right.
But Star Trek was like 10 years later, and they made a movie, and then they made 8 movies with them. They made the miracles that J.J. Abrams makes now. But we didn't have. I thought it'd be good to make a PG movie out of it. You just find Danny, my character's drinking. You know.
Imagine if remember the Brady Bunch, and we had what's his name in
Gary Cole.
Yeah, thank you, Gary Cole, who played Mike Brady.
Gary Cole.
But what they did with the Brady Bunch and really twisted and really messed around with it. If you guys did something like that with Full House, that would work.
That would work. I mean, and that probably wouldn't even be us. It would be actors playing. That's what they did. They played the cast.
True.
But about 5 years ago, I was like, well, we all look good.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're holding up.
Holding up, not rotten too bad. Things don't fall off.
Right.
And Stamos has, I have the rights. Make a movie. But I don't think they wanted to. It's not like the Entourage movie coming out.
Wait, he has the rights?
He says he does.
Is there an actor that you would want to play you?
No, I can't think of anybody. Maybe somebody, a movie star past that I really loved. Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
I really want Jack Lemmon to play me.
So I guess this isn't happening anytime soon.
And if it does, obviously you and I will be talking because it'll be so over the top public.
Oh, no kidding.
But it would be 9 episodes, and who knows what it would be. And you know, if it happens, it'll be a miracle in television anyway.
Will you give us the scoop at least? We need a scoop. Me and Jimmy need a scoop. Yeah. We need a little action, a little news on this show that the rest of the country will really grab and run with.
If somebody could write a good script and it was very good and touched a lot of levels and yet encapsulated the theme of the last show, which was, you know, hey, and the premise of that show is your mother passed away, but life's going to be okay. We're going to make it. And it didn't do it in a way that was all, you know, Small Wonder type tone.
Right.
It was done in a way that was relevant and it had a couple more levels to it. It's not that hard to do if you get a good writer writing it.
I like that you're drinking, though. I like it to be a darker adult thing now because times have changed. TV has changed a lot in the last 20 years just because of, you know, the shows that are really popular and like the language they're using, especially if you do it on Netflix. I would love it to be a darker. That would make people want to watch it, like something really different.
Somebody
and dark.
suggested that I should be like my stand-up character as the father in Full House. I think that's a bit much. You know?
Yeah, you don't have to be that bad about it, but it should just be like a natural progression. You were this nice, fun guy. Then what happened?
Right.
What did your character do for a living in that?
Well, he started off, most people don't know this, as a sports announcer, but I knew so little about sports, they made me the host of Wake Up San Francisco.
Right. They had to change
So
it.
I had you know, it was like Good Morning New York. I mean, it was that.
Yeah, maybe you were caught on a microphone that was supposed to be you thought was off, saying something, so you were fired from your job and you became unemployable. There's something there.
Yeah.
But don't I look like a guy that would somehow get a job somehow?
Yeah. I mean, in that industry, you were in the Playboy, so you had to go do something else.
Right.
If we moved from San Francisco, there's no sequel to Full House, you know?
You stay in San Francisco, but you couldn't do that job because you got caught saying something on the radio.
Maybe you were on your cell phone, the mic was still on, you were ordering a hooker to your hotel right after the show, and that got out on the air.
Absolutely.
Screaming the N-word, you know,
while ordering the hooker.
While ordering the hooker.
While specifying what kind you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, where's my new job? Yeah.
Well, whatever you think you should do. Maybe you're just having menial jobs because you began drinking. You got depressed that your prostitution.
Menial jobs?
Yeah, little shitty jobs. You got bummed out.
Raised 3 children. It's so hard to raise kids these days.
But they're out of the house now.
They're out of the house.
And you fucked up your dream gig.
They come back, I think.
Maybe they do, but they're adults. So you got caught. You were fucked up. You had started drinking a little bit. You got fired because you were on the phone ordering a hooker. And you're like, and don't let her have a big cunt like the last one. And it went out over the radio.
Right. Did I get her pregnant?
No, it was just you were fired there. Maybe you wound up moving in with the girl. Maybe something happened.
Would my kids be upset if I got a hooker pregnant?
I think so, sure.
But they're accepting because they know you love her.
And then you got to lay low for like at least 6 months.
Yeah.
The media's looking for you.
So that means I don't have to do the show for 6 months.
Right.
So this all happened years ago after Full House. This all happened maybe. How old were the girls when the show ended?
17 and.
I didn't know they were that. Okay, cool. So they were kind of like getting into adulthood.
They got their own families, but you have now settled in with the hooker's baby.
And there's
that
no
is
charges
yours.
against me from the families.
No. The baby's about 5 or 6 now, and your adult kids come back to make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're working in an office or something
like a Home
like that.
Depot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Home Depot.
You guys
Home
are
Depot.
coming up with the premise of the new Full
and you have a
House
black
series.
girlfriend. Why not? Like it's something different. It can't just be all white people.
Yeah, that'll
anymore.
bring the black audience.
Nice
in.
black girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah,
Who
Dad got a
abuses
job
you.
at Home Depot. He was bored at home.
Right.
You're making this sound a lot more attractive to me, actually.
All right.
Yeah, why not? You fucking got thrown off the air. You can't do that anymore. You got a job at Home Depot because you have your drinking problems.
You had a kid
and
with
you've had
the
erection
hooker.
difficulties. Yeah, like
But
the
you
whole
fell in
bunch
love
of
with the
stuff.
hooker, but she's still doing, the hooking because you need a few extra bucks because Home Depot is not paying you as much as you're worth.
And she'll come in there every once in a while and cause a disturbance at your work.
Right.
Yeah, and like,
And your kids are like, Dad, come on, there's other nice women out there.
Right.
and you're like, I can't help it. I just like when she comes home from work and kisses me deep.
I love that smell of Febreze when it comes home. Well, I think you've solved a lot of problems, so I can't immediately say yes, I'm in.
I think we're onto something though.
I do something.
You got to have a beer belly, I think.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
But they could do that in makeup,
Right, that's nice of you. Maybe we start the show and my mouth is just covered in sores, and then we see Stamos just strutting around, and then it's a whole different take on the whole thing.
You gotta be thinning drastically up top, I think.
Well, why do I have to look so hideous in this version?
Because you've had a tough go at it, but everything is working out though. You're in love with the hooker and the kid you had together.
Stamos tries to hook him up like on a double date. He's got 2 hot chicks, and they're like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Well, I work at Home Depot," and you're all excited about your job, and then just like, "Ugh, can we get out of here?"
Yeah.
Fucking guy works at Home Depot.
Yeah, they wanted the
And
San
you're
Francisco
passionate
guy.
about it. You're like, "Oh yeah, I work in the electrical aisle. I can find you anything you need. Your bulbs. Come on in."
And you talk about the common
Just an awful
misconception
date.
people have about electrical outlets and how they're not as dangerous as they used to be. Oh, that can be fascinating.
That
Yeah,
could
the
be a
new
whole
bulbs.
episode.
Yeah.
That could be a whole episode.
But what people loved about the
explaining.
show was that
The outlets.
It was the impossible. It was a wealthy-ish family. It was the dream scenario for 3 little blonde girls with no mom who looked nothing like their dad.
Right.
So there was an economics attraction to it. So
Well,
if
that's-
I'm all balding and burned out.
You're not
I'm
burned
not
out.
trying to.
Well, you're not going to get people aren't going to watch for the same reason now they used to. So you can't go by what used to work because no one's going to watch it to go, we just need to feel good because that was a different time.
But that was. But I also
Right.
know from talking to them all and from being in the middle of it that they're still diehard fans and they watch it every day now. So if you go and change it and flip it, and all of a sudden I come in and I look like Sean Penn in that. What movie did he have Larry Fine hair in? He was an attorney.
Oh, that was in Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't want to look like that guy.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You should. That was awesome.
I know the movie was awesome, and
I'd prefer that you were like him in Milk, but I mean, if you want to,
that would
San Francisco.
That would be more in tone with what Full House was.
And I think in the 9 episodes, he's trying to get his TV job back.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I like that.
You know what I mean? And
That's
then at
really
the end,
good.
maybe you do get it.
Maybe
but
you get the phone
you're working-
call.
Yeah.
And but it goes dark, so now you got to wait for the second season to
Yeah.
see if that phone call worked out. A little
You know what's gonna
cliffhanger
be
for everybody.
upsetting? Jim's going to be sitting at home. New pilot of Full House come on the air. All of a sudden, he'll get created by credit.
Right.
Well, how'd that happen?
But I want to see it
Happened
different
right here.
because people will watch it. I think you want to, especially in this the competition now with Game of Thrones and all these amazing shows that are on TV. And Netflix does House of what's it with the Kevin Spacey?
House of Cards.
They do some really good stuff, and you want to really come out and fucking do something no one's expecting. I
But
think
does
it's
he do
great.
a nude scene, Bob?
Why not?
You might have to, especially Netflix. You might have to do
not?
a full
Show your
frontal.
cheeks.
Gabe
I mean-
Coulier had that thing called Mr. Woodchuck, so I was a puppet. So that would be kind of like a, I could let that thing fool around with me. If they walked in and I was doing stuff to the puppet, it'd be like a Jeff Dunham kind of thing. 'Cause
Does he
that's-
want to do it, Coulier?
I think so. I haven't talked to anybody. I talked to Stamos just because our texting seems to work.
Well, I think you guys are overthinking it. I think you got to get down and dirty with this thing.
Well, you don't
Really
want to
just
go,
blow it up.
You don't want to go back in time to the way your show used to be.
Right,
This
Right.
is-
That's what I'm saying. You try to move forward. So it's time to move forward.
Does Bob date one of his daughter's friends?
No, I can't do. That's the Entourage
but-
movie that I did.
Yeah, but that means we're blowing off the whole hooker angle with the kid.
Well, look, he's not actually. The hooker's not living with him. He has to deal with her.
Oh, I thought they fell in love.
Well,
Maybe he doesn't know she's a
Dating one
hooker.
of your daughter's friends is actually more real and more of a problem.
Yeah,
in,
one of our male friends.
in America. Yeah. There's a little Yankee Doodle boy on the show. He would sing and dance. All these ideas are great, honestly. You guys,
That's why we're here for you, Bob.
yeah,
You know that.
I mean, this is
we
more
got
than
your
a
back.
pitch meeting. This is
We
the
got your back.
destruction of an entire annuity.
Because I think if you go back and do Full House like everyone knew it to be, I think you might have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can't do
I think you got to kind of flip it a little bit. All kidding aside.
Yes, you can't have the same tone of shows that don't exist anymore.
Maybe you're living with one of them because you've fallen on hard times. You know,
I don't like falling in hard times as I get older in a remake of a show I did 30 years ago. Want to come in the show? You want to be like my next neighbor?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You'd be
Bob.
great on the show.
Thank you. I
You'd
certainly
come
would
in.
be.
I'd ask all the kids to leave.
Yeah, it's him again. I'd always be hanging notices up on doors I've ever seen.
No, Jim's part would be being with the hooker that you're kind of still in love with, and he's one of the Johns.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even have to research that, do anything, one
Nothing.
take.
He'd just do it. We tell him what he's doing, and then
Write his own scene.
And then he would be thrown when I would be angry because I was jealous because I cared about her and I had a kid with her, and so Jim would be like, "What? I didn't do anything.
I treat her good.
Yeah.
I just lick her feet.
but that's my woman."
Yeah, I
And
know
Jim,
that.
and Jim doesn't use a condom,
I refuse.
too, and that bothers you.
I refuse. I'm trying to get her
Yeah,
pregnant.
my character, if I recall, this Danny character was very anal retentive in the positive terms of the word, and he would use a condom. So,
Okay.
you coming into my house without a condom is that just can't happen.
And that's why she likes me because I raw dog her. She kind of likes that. She likes that I
likes
fucking
that.
bareback her.
Now, let me ask you: how do you transfer this information to the audience? Do you have it in closed caption? These kind of. I mean, because these are you can't raw dog her. You can't do that if you're
I'll
on
tell you how.
Netflix and people are trying to get 12-year-olds. 12-year-olds watching
We're talking.
TV.
Me and the hooker are talking.
Can't
It's like the old sitcoms. Me and the hooker are talking, and she was like, I can't wait till you come over and raw dog me, Daddy." Maybe she's on the phone, and you're hiding in the closet, and she walks out of the room, and you look out of the closet door, and the audience goes, "Oh!" Remember the old sitcoms how somebody would peek
Yeah.
out, and you realize they overheard it, and then you go to commercial. No commercial in Netflix.
So we have to deal with it at some point. Don't my kids know that you're having sex with my hooker?
Sure they do. Everyone does it. Everyone knows.
You're not appreciative, Bob.
No,
These
I
are
am.
very good ideas, man.
No, I am appreciative of the
You're-
ideas.
you're
My
kind of
problem is I
insulting
have
us, I
the
think.
no.
But that's showing your sensitive side, Bob, that
Yeah,
you still
Bob.
care about the mother of your child, even though she's hooking.
That's right.
Well, the last mother on the show though passed away, so I do have memories of her. So maybe there's a. I'm appreciating all of your
Okay,
ideas.
I
What
hope
happens
so.
is it's sensitive to me because that show means
The world to you?
everything to me. So
Would it be better if Jim wore a condom in the scene? Would you be able to take it easier? that he actually wore protection.
Actually,
so
yes,
wasn't that
he
as
would-
personal?
Yes, because
Would you
that's-
wear a condom, Jimmy?
Jim, would you wear?
I think that's.
If I had to,
If it was
but-
written in the
my,
scene.
with
Yeah.
my character's
Yeah.
hooker.
Yeah. Well, it'd be funny if she made me wear a condom, and she let me go without a condom, and I gave her something. That would be even better because she's a hooker. And she
Gave her
gets-
something with the condom.
No, without it.
Oh, you
like I
so-
finally convinced her to do it. I threw her like an extra 30 or a pack of Cools.
Right.
And she fucking.
We're trying to get past the roadblock, though. I think Bob needs you to wear a condom.
How about this? If it's a big scene, I mean, I'm talking the third act. It's the thing that's the height of the whole episode. It's the act breaker. You are using a condom because we had a discussion. So there's a side to it. You and I talk. I say, "This is my woman. You know, I love her. I mean, the kids know of her. You know, we're had a. Do we have a baby yet, or do we?
Yeah, you have the baby. It's about
Okay, so we got the baby, and you're gonna violate my love with this woman.
That's right.
And I have to understand. I have to figure out how to get through it.
It's a business thing.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah, it's work.
Because it's her work.
Sure.
Okay.
Because you're not making much money at Home Depot. We figured
I'm
that
not
much
doing
out.
well.
already.
No, the gigs aren't going good.
Right.
So what I think has to happen is you're in the closet with her, which you had suggested, I believe.
No, I suggested you in the closet and you overheard something.
Okay, maybe your best ideas come out of someone else pitching. I think you and her are fucking in the closet with a condom because this is Netflix and little kids could watch this. And then all of a sudden, the entire cast, everybody, I go in the closet to get my coat. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees what you're doing.
I like that.
And then I say something like, "Oh my God." And then one of the kids goes, "Well, at least he's using a condom."
I like that a lot.
And that's your act break. That's where you go.
You get a nice laugh out of it, right?
Then you cut to the outside of the Full House house.
I like that. I like that.
That is episode 1.
And there's
That's
a
right.
gentleman next to the
well,
broadcast device trying to pull it out of the wall with his foot.
Well,
Porky's?
I hope you think about it, Bob. I think we got some things done here for you.
You opened
I
me
really
up in
do.
ways that I didn't expect.
Now we just got to get money for you.
Yeah. He's
You know.
got to pay a lot, and I got to play a complete loser.
How much is that doll? We're looking at a Danny Tanner doll on eBay.
1992.
That's open too. I want
It's
one
gone
in the,
up.
One in the package.
$30. Well, they're asking for 30.
Well, that one is an unusual one. That one is self-lubing.
I like the bulge in the doll.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, it's in the back though.
These dolls don't sell
Again,
for
I had no part of this merchandising.
go to Full House. Look up Full House, then go highest to lowest price wise.
Yeah, they got nothing.
See what the highest price.
The Uncle Jesse,
Jesse.
dolls are very expensive.
$140
Yeah.
or best
I don't know
offer.
why?
They're in a package though.
The mullet is his actual hair.
Oh, it's actually.
But you got to haul that stuff around for 20 years just to get maybe 140, 150 bucks. The hell?
Yeah, there's the whole family. There's Uncle Jesse rocking with the guitar.
Oh, that's cool. Rock
Doesn't even
and
look
roll.
like him.
though. But
They figured out that technology over the years.
How much are they?
Is that supposed to be? That was supposed to be you, Bob?
Doesn't look like you.
yeah, I look
the
like
Full House set where it's
Anson Williams.
Bob Saget and 3 of the kids, and that doesn't look anywhere.
No, I know.
No one looks like
Where's
themselves.
Dave Coulier? How come he's in the doll?
He's in a separate thing. I don't know what they did with him.
How much
he's
for the whole
there.
set? I want the whole fucking set.
You're
What are,
shouting.
what are you gonna do with it?
Just look at it. Hold it up. Display it in my home.
You gonna play with it?
No, leave it in the box.
You won't even like lay it out on your.
No, you leave it in
on
the
your
box.
desk?
Well, you got a second one so you can play with it and leave the other one in
Absolutely
the box.
not. No, everyone will be saved for resale at a later date.
Maybe you can get a plastic Barbie hot tub and put them all in it.
That'd be nice.
Who's that supposed
Coulier?
to be?
No way, that's Uncle Jesse.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, they just didn't know how to fucking make it look like
Yeah, it
real
doesn't-
people.
Yeah.
They also didn't know how to make pants, so everybody's got pants like Rosie O'Donnell. Right.
Right.